Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back. This is Ragnarok here with part 137 of my Warhammer 2 Karl Franz campaign on legendary difficulty. Here are you, sir. Hop up here. We'll start recruiting some new troops for you. Start with these guys. Then get you another artillery horse. The upkeep on them 776. Not too terrible, but I guess that is a little bit on the pricey side. Things.
The nation calls.
Anyway, Charlie to Hunter. Gonna send him in here, scout out the Wood Elves terrain. Unlikely we are gonna be going to war with them fairly soon. Not friendly with them. Do we have any treaty? We don't have any treaties with them. I guess.
If I had my way, the wild hunt would
I guess when
into the earth.
you work your way up to defensive alliance or military alliance, and then you cancel that, it cancels your non-aggression, military pacts, your other whatever other treaties you had with them. I guess it cancels them. Anyway, before I forget and before I spend all of our money,
Ready?
just continue making these dwarves happy. Proving great power, release troops of chaos, treaties with Lothar. What the fuck? Treaties with Lothar. Why would they be upset with our treaties with Lothar when they're allied with Lothar? Actually, you know what? That's probably, I guess that's something that's built into the game. Certain factions don't like each other. Probably what it is. The dwarves don't like the elves. Anyway.
Welcome,
Send them a
friends
gift.
of the Dowie.
Keep sending us small gifts.
I suppose.
Just wondering if that's hurting.
Alariel's champion.
Okay, no, we're not getting a negative. Giving gifts to the dwarves.
Champion of the lady. You
Send old
come to
Lewin another
Bretonia,
payment.
stranger. I am its king. Let us agreed.
Yeah, we'll just continue slowly over time, just building our
The elector counts.
relationship with those guys.
Protector of the weak.
On a war hearse. Help out a little bit. Get blades. That. I really want to be able to leave this province. Doesn't look like we're going to be able to do it anytime soon, though. Bollocks. Alright, so we've got to turn the taxes off here. Time being. Yeah.
True servant of Sigmar. Sigmarite Arch-Lector.
God, I don't know what to do here.
Praise be to
So we
Sigmar.
move over. Correct. And the military crackdown is what's saving us right now. We move him out. I don't want to get too far separated from Fort Ostrux. Though we do have the walls there, so even if we do get the rebellion there, the walls should be able to hold it.
Protector of the weak.
Alright, yeah, I guess we'll make our way back to Karak. Guess we can take our time though. Just get some replenishment on the way.
I serve
The army at full strength. Because there will be a rebellion here eventually, unless we park them in. Oh, you know what? We could just park them in there. Build up the public order. Doesn't really solve the problem though. We'll just keep trying to wrestle the public order under control and hopefully get it there eventually. Oh, son of a bitch, we could have force marked you last turn.
here to serve.
Yeah, I really wish that they hadn't taken him out gun bad. Hey, yeah.
True servant of Sigmar.
You might as well come over here to Schwarzhofen. Can do the exchange there. And we'll probably stay camped out here. We'll actually come down here to Greenstad. It'd probably be better to come through the pass here. This is like the... I don't know what this is called, actually, to be honest. Does it say on the overall map? Down here it tells you Southern Badlands, Western Badlands, Border, Borderlands, Border Princes, Haverland. Yeah. Doesn't tell you what it is, but anyway. Right, yeah, so these armies set up the way that I want. Oh shit. Gonna recruit our battle wizard now. Well, level 7. What are they? Level are they when they come out of Altdorf? 12. Alright, so we might as well hire them out of Altdorf, but we'll wait till next turn. Anyway, there's nothing here that I really want anyway. I prefer... Yeah, Life Wizard is not gonna... I'd prefer a Bright Wizard, to be honest. You'll have to catch up to the army.
I refuse. So,
Yeah, I don't think there's anything else here to do.
Preparing rites of exorcism.
Dorn.
What do you require?
Yeah, the rebellion there. Get another end turn. And read some more Sword of Justice, I guess. Ah, man, I keep forgetting about Versolen. Oh well. Anything else to report? He said, wiping his blade clean and looking around. The knights had cleared a space around him, but it wouldn't last long. We're holding our own. They're mustered in numbers, but we can match them. I'd like to have tougher men under my command than Averlanders, but there's nothing I can do about that. Schwarzhelm shaded his eyes against the glare and tried to make sense of the fighting. His army had initially formed up in lines along the high ground to the west. The detachments were still intact and were now steadily advancing across the undulating grassland. The Orc horde had become more ramshackle in its defense. Frequent charges by the cavalry had punctured the greenskin ranks, pushing them back further. The Orcs were all foot soldiers, They had no answer to the heavy cavalry assault. The Greensins had decent war gear and fought with all the savagery of their race, but they were losing ground. Foot soldiers now scurried to follow the breakthrough up, laboring under the hot sun to keep the assault moving and secure the ground won. Schwarzhelm looked back at the greenskin army, squinting against the morning sun. The nearest ranks of orcs, separated from him only by the swords of the honor guard, were still howling in a mass of incoherent rage. But beyond them, something else was happening. Incredibly, hidden by the press of body, there was the sound of more fighting. So that was why the orcs were in trouble. There was a second front to the east. They were being attacked from 2 directions. "Find me a fresh horse," he said, suddenly filled with an unexpected hope. "Then reform the cavalry detachment. We're consolidating? Mother of Sigmar, no, can't you see it? We're not the only men at work here. We'll cut our way through to them, right through the heart of the horde. They'll be gutted like a fish. We'll take a detachment of the heavy cavalry, fast and deadly. I want those men relieved." Kraus looked out across the heaving rows of bodies uncertainly. Striking out again risked breaking their formation, leaving the mass of halberdiers and spearmen behind them unprotected. Schwarzhelm knew the maneuver was dangerous, but everything worthwhile was. "Who do you think it is?" Schwarzhelm hefted the Reichstag once more, relishing, as always, the solid weight of steel. "Only one man it could be," he said, "and we're not leaving him to fight alone." Locke reeled backwards, knocked almost from his feet by the blow. The orc warrior before him roared in triumph, pressing home the advantage. Locke desperately tried to parry, but his halberd was ripped from his hand. On either side of him, his men were being pushed back. Perhaps the decision to charge after the orcs hadn't been such a good idea after all. The horde was still massive. He'd always been guilty of taking too much on. He staggered backwards, weaponless. As the orc charged him again, with a sudden sense of despair, he realized he stood no chance. He had nowhere to go, no way of warding off the killing blow. Balling his fists, he acted in the only way he knew how in such situations. He let fly with a torrent of filthy invective, every obscenity he'd ever collected over a long career in the Emperor's forces and hostilities, and prepared to fight with his bare hands. It was pointless, and he'd be dead in seconds, but at least he'd go down scrapping. Then the orc shuddered, stumbled, and keeled over to one side. With a crash, the heavy armored warrior slumped to the earth. Locke stood nonplussed. That hadn't been expected. I should swear more often, he mused. Fisher emerged from the shadow of the fallen greenskin. His spear was in 2 pieces. One end remained in his hands, the other protruded from the orc's back. Still shivering as the massive creature died, the spearman threw Block a sword. For a young man in the thick of fighting, he looked remarkably assured. Action destroyed Musalon. Yeah, the Fey Enchantress was down there sieging them out. Alright, what have we got going on? Alright, income is recovering ever so slightly.
The nation calls.
Alright, let's do some more scouting. Before I forget, let's see if we've got a decent mage here available. Cunning, noble. Impressive. Imperious. Intelligent. I think really that's that great. I do want another mage for
Champion of the
the army over here. These guys are all They all
Gairan
should be all boost income, right? Yeah, they should be all noble.
Feel life flow.
Dude, is there anything else we can give you guys for? You know what? Should actually probably do. Hire a bunch of these guys. Ooh, Regal. That would be useful in Norska.
What do you require?
Extremely useful in Norska.
There is power within prayer.
Alright, what can we give you to actually help with the public order? Okay, do that. And that. And that. Sainted would be good. More public order. We'll give you a smuggler as well. Increase the income from trade. Alright, that looks good. Skill wise, I guess stimulate growth. Specialist. Wound. Do some of these as well. So, oh,
Is it
I
time?
got more points to. More point. All right, let's
Let us forge our fate.
send you up to here.
Ha!
To this
My
province,
faith
actually. If you go
burns
this way, it'll be
bright.
quicker.
It will be done.
Right, and we'll keep an eye out for some more of those regal guys, and we'll use those.
Sigmarite Archlector.
Keep things under control up here, or at least help keep things under control. Just see if we can get some income coming out of this province. In the meantime, I'm gonna get this built up. That corruption.
This will bolster the nation.
Asinine mortal.
Actually, some decent looking troops they got here. Yes, well. I guess they're not that decent. Anyway.
Sigmar compels us. Moving off. Yes, a sound plan.
Yeah, we'll let it rebel again for now, but if we can get a handful of these guys, I mean, he's gonna.
Yes, son of Sigmar.
So, plus 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So, that's 9 public order. So, that should be able to get Aristotle a step closer to getting out of that province.
Sigmar.
You, sir, can keep moving
I will do anything for Sigmar.
over this way.
Guided by Sigmar. Honored to serve.
Oh, we do some building here. With that. And with the roads. Actually, go with that first. Oh, coming around this way, this is not in the province. Alright. We'll probably let the rebellion happen anyway, just so we can mop it up and then come back. We're gonna have to get back to the hell pit and taxes off here. Bloody hell. Public order. It's in good shape over here.
What? Moving off.
Alright, sir, let's see what they got back in behind here. Come around, down behind. Take the long way around the mountains here. I think you can, yeah, there should be a path around here. Let's get an idea what the orcs have.
Sigmarite Archlector.
Okay, we're actually gonna camp out over here at Greenstead.
Your word is my command.
I will do anything for Sigmar. By Sigmar!
Archlector.
Reorganize these armies first. Let's camp out at the border here. Alright, looks good. We just need another mage, and we'll be good to go. Yeah, I think that's it for this turn. Wait.
Step to it.
Lady of the Azrael.
Once we would go to war with these guys, with the wood elves here, it shouldn't be too difficult to get back on good terms with the dwarves. I mean, it's already improving. Where are we with Bretonia? Is Bretonia? Okay, it's right below the dwarves.
King Lewin Leoncoeur. The Empire only crop.
It is time. Welcome, friends of the...
Alright, looks good.
The Empire. I serve no master.
Yes.
Play-Doh. Give us some more armor.
Forge our faith.
What orders?
Ooh, son of a bitch.
Warrior of Sigmar.
Son of a bitch, we were. Well, I was planning to pick up some of those.
Protector of
I
the
guess we
weak.
can just grab some regiments of renown. Always an option.
Our paths have...
I was gonna get some flagellants for that. But... Oh, son of a bitch, did I forget to move Franzi? Damn, we could have probably started recruiting some swords for him. But I guess we're kind of low on funds now as it is anyway. Just trying to get some building done. Those demigryphs are gonna be a little bit on the pricey side. I'm gonna speed through a few of these end turns since the campaign is the pace is kind of slowed down here quite a bit. That's one I owe you, Block cried. I'll hold you to that. Fisher looked like he was enjoying himself. Come on, boys, bellowed Block, his vigor restored. One last push. All around him, his men cheered, but the cries were muted. They were fighting hard, going toe to toe with the rear guard of the orc horde. The fighting was bloody and confused. It was hard to retain tight formations in the close press, and the attack was at risk of turning into a disorganized melee. That handed all the advantages to the heavier, stronger orcs. If this wasn't to end in disaster, he needed to act. To me, he roared, waving his new sword around his head and trying to pull his men around him, shoulder to shoulder. Don't get drawn out. Being overheard above the din of the battlefield was hard, and not all his troops heeded the command. But those closest to him did, and they began to draw together. Soon they were formed up in something like proper imperial ranks. Locke himself kept in the thick of it. Ignoring his wounds, he led from the front. On either side of him, his men were kept busy, hacking and thrusting against the stubborn orc resistance. Alright, we got a rebellion in the Ice Tooth Mountains. This could actually be a little bit interesting here. I mean, these guys probably can take that on their own. We'll just wait and see how it goes. So one more turn for these boys to be recruited. Captain Silver. Yeah, range maker. Alright, Franz. Guess we'll have Franz keep down Park here for now. Beside old Grunwald, old friends.
I see no other option.
And we will recruit all these. And then I guess we'll once those are recruited, we'll go over to Nuln and pick up another Luminarch. And I think that'll be Franz's army for now. I keep saying that, and then we keep losing troops.
Ready.
On
Summon the
occasion.
Elector
Yeah.
Counts.
Anyway, what do we got available for mages? Actually, it's a bright wizard that I want, really. Ooh, you know what? Regal, intelligent, determined. Alright, you know what? I will settle for a knowledgeable one. I mean, I know we don't really need the additional +5 for all armies faction-wide, but certainly helps out. Put you on that, and then what else do we want to give you? Start with that. Life bloom, evasion, magical reserves. Keep one of those. Go dwellers from below. That'll be useful in some situations. If you do that. That. Alright, what have we got here for you? That will be useful. That. As well, Hunter, be useful. Don't know if that actually improves the movement range of the army, to be honest. Casualties captured post-battle, 12%. I'm gonna give you that, this movement buffs just in case. But I really don't think it actually helps out for the army. I think it just helps out the character. I think it would specify if it was for the army. And we're gonna come over here and link up with these guys. And these guys are going to come
Champion of the
down.
faith.
Where's the border? The border's right here.
True servant of Sigmar.
Come down
I
to
will
there.
go.
Servant
And
of
that's
the
where we're gonna keep them for the time being.
Ready to serve.
At least until
I
we can
cannot.
get the bloody fuck am I thinking of?
Yes! Greetings, honorable
Military
ally.
access from the dwarves. Trying to say. Sorry, it's like 4 in the morning here right now, so I'm just for fuck's sake. Where are we at right now? Plus 16. Another small gift.
Sure.
By the light of the lake. You come to Bretonia, stranger. I clever.
Keep working those guys. Alright, what do we got available for Warrior Priest? Cunning, Determined, Monster Tracker. Leave it for now and hope that another one of these regal
What do
guys
you
shows up.
require?
So this is
Sing
trade is going
battle
to be
hymns.
extremely useful. Look at these roads.
Praise be to Sigmar.
Sure. Pegasus tricked out a little bit. Alright.
Warrior of
Rebellion.
Sigmar. Sigmarite Archlector. I serve the Helden Hammer.
As soon as we move in the province, then it slows it down. But there. Don't really, I don't know.
Here to serve.
Kind of want the rebellion to happen. Should be able to defend against it if they attack it.
True servant of Sigmar.
And then he'll be able to mop it up. And we'll march him around this way so that he maintains the public order as he makes his way back here. Because we're going to get a couple rebellions here that he'll have to deal with as well. But we've got the defenses in these settlements. Should actually, the next thing that we'll build here is actually the defenses, so we don't have to worry so much. It's probably what I should have built initially. And public order is great over here. Son of a bitch. We've had this on growth. Switch that to tax rate. Provinces is finished growing. So whoops. Anyway. It'd be nice to get the taxes back on there.
So? Help
Keep
them out.
moving around, good sir.
It is time.
Haunt. Come around this way, actually. We'll have a couple of agents over here in the
Seek out
forest.
the heretics.
Good idea what's going on.
Pick up the pace.
Azray, Lady of Athel Lauren.
Now.
Alright. Do this battle here. What are we up against?
A step too far.
Yeah,
Praise
I
be
think we
to
can take this on
Sigmar.
with just the heroes.
Refused.
Should be fine.
Cast evil out.
Yeah, we can even auto-resolve it. It might be a little bit risky. We'll fight it just to be on the safe side. Not to mention we haven't really had a whole lot of action, so at least we get a battle in, I guess. I don't know if you can call this a battle. 2, 4, 6, 7 guys against a couple hundred.
Servant of Sigmar! Quick march!
Oh, you know what? I never noticed that before. The barded horse is much better armored, or at least the
Eager for battle!
animation or the fuck. What the fuck am I trying to say? Anyway, the horse looks prettier, basically, with the armor on there, and the ones without the armor. Anyway, at least they match the guys on top. Those warrior priests. Anyway, we're just gonna charge straight into them and start dropping some of our soul fire.
Now! Ready for war! Priority front! Chant the battle hymns! For the Emperor! War! To battle, brothers! Slay them! Now!
Keep cycling through their spells, or I guess battle cries.
Archlector! For Heldenhammer! Fight! For Heldenhammer!
Guess we should have conserved some though.
Awaiting your command! Pray for glory!
I don't know if those they actually stack. I don't think so.
Shield of faith! Death to the faithless!
We could be in a little bit of trouble here.
Ready to serve!
Seem to be doing okay.
The Empire endures!
It'll be a little while before we can drop another soul fire.
By Sigmar! For the Emperor!
Taking a little bit of damage down the middle here.
Ready for orders! Rip the hearts out! Hammer of the Empire! Ready for war! War! Chant the battle hymns! Sigmar! Get them! By Ulrich's wrath! Ready to smite! Attack! The gods want! Do not disgrace her! Battle awaits! No! The Empire endures!
I have really enjoyed using these guys in the campaign. They've been really useful. I think I kind of like them better than the Empire captains. I find they seem to be a little bit sturdier than the Empire captains. It'd be awesome if these guys could be mounted on one of the whatchamacallits. I think, you know what, it's probably this guy that's doing the damage here.
Battle awaits! For Heldenhammer!
Yeah, it'd be awesome if you could mount these guys on either a demigriff or one of the griffins. If you get them on a griffin, that would be freaking incredible. Be careful here, this guy, Lodbrok, is taking a fair bit of damage. He can pull out and get a charge in. At least maybe fight our way out. The problem is, while they're surrounded, this guy can get pretty good attacks in on them. They're getting hit in the flanks on occasion. Well, yeah, I don't think we're gonna be able to auto-resolve the follow-up battle because some of these guys took a bit of damage here.
Warrior priest, the empire endures. Warrior priest, attack, go. For Heldenhammer.
Kill him. That's gonna help. There we go. Took a bit of damage, but we should have plenty of time to heal. The only thing is, I think we really do have to actually manually resolve just to make sure one of these guys don't get killed.
True servant of Sigmar. Sigmarite Archlector. Here to serve.
And levels up too, it's always helpful. We'll go public order. Immortality. Oh, cool. Alright. Alright, so a few of them still aren't
Archlector.
yet immortal. Yeah, see, the odds are worse this time around, but I don't think we'll take much damage at all this time. I think bulk of the damage that was getting done on these guys was from their the enemy lord. The trouble is when you have these single entities taking on the bigger entities, they get surrounded and they're facing
Faith in the comet.
multiple attacks.
Ready for order.
Actually, let's keep this up to make it a little bit easier to manage. Yeah, they're not only facing attacks from each unit model, but the unit models that are behind them get some kind of bonus because they're attacking in the flanks. So makes them a lot more susceptible to damage, and then if there's an enemy lord mixed in there, because these guys have them bogged down, the enemy lord can get a fair bit of damage in on them with basically taking 3 shots. Oh shit.
Pass the bird.
Battle ready. It is an honor.
Prepare for combat. Curse the foe.
This is important to keep these guys moving.
Now, attack. Ready for battle! To combat! Shield of faith! We're Sigmar's heirs!
I used all the skills a little bit too soon.
Smite. The Empire is yours! Ready for war! Ready to smite! Attack! Yes, Lord! By Ulrich's wrath, prepare for combat! Warrior priest, prepare for combat! For Helden Hammer, ready to smite! We're Sigmar's heirs! Chant the battle hymns! Ready for war! Shield of faith! By Ulrich's wrath! For Helden Hammer!
Come on,
Ready to smite!
finish them off already.
For the Emperor! To battle, brothers!
Chant the battle hymn!
Like, pretty close to Wild Book is taking a fair bit of damage. But I think we don't have to fight another battle here.
Ready to smite!
We'll run down a few more of them.
We're Sigmar's heirs! Warrior priest! Sigmar! Yes, General! Chant the battle hymns!
And finish off as many as possible. Yeah. Alright, 54 remaining. Even if we do have to do one more battle, we shouldn't be in any danger of losing any of these guys. Yeah, you know what it is? The guys with armor are the ones who are taking a lot less damage. So maybe it is a lot more beneficial to get these guys on those barded war horses. Alright, cool. They're
True servant of
finished
Sigmar.
off. Righteous Fury sounds good. Yeah, let's go Wild-Eyed.
What orders? I serve the Helden
I'm
Hammer.
gonna force march them back in there. Just want to get them healed up
Warrior of Sigmar.
before the next rebellion shows up, because there will be another rebellion here eventually.
Champion of the faith.
Wondering if we should change some of this stuff. We can definitely switch. Traditional public order, phone picker, go untainted. Noble. Don't really need the hedge wizard either, I guess. Or the apprentice wizard. At least right now they don't need them. We end up putting them in an army with a wizard, then we can switch it up. But for now, just get that public order boosted up. Or switch gears. Switch gears as well, right? Nope. Okay. I think we used up all of them. All of the, oh wait, no, we got a couple still. Damn, how many entertainers do we have? Anything else we got? That's good. Yeah, this should actually definitely help things along a little bit here. Should have thought of this sooner. We'll leave the student. Yeah, especially with the untainted. Yeah, and if we can get the public order sorted in one province, then
Ready to serve.
we can move into the next province. Right, yeah, I think we finally used up all of those followers, but yeah, that looks good. And I really want to get Aristotle out of there, out of here.
Yes, son of Sigmar.
This guy should help
Let
things
us
along.
forge our faith.
Awaiting orders.
And then if we get things under control here, maybe we can even send a couple of these heroes over there to help out and spread things around, and
Praise
maybe
be
even
to Sigmar.
disband this bloke. Cunning, determined, monster tracker. Alright. Looks good. I will just leave that for now. Hold this up.
Champion of the faith.
Alright.
Yes, son of Sigmar.
Everything's nice and calm.
What brings you here? Jade Wizard.
Let us forge our fate.
Should I
Sigmarite
feel pretty confident
Archlector.
the garrison will hold against a rebel force there? I think should be okay. How much is this producing? 1,200. Yeah, I mean, we could hire a general just to be safe, but well, we've got walls there too, yeah, so I don't even think they'll be able to do the attack right away. Alright, where were we? Block was no different, stabbing with his sword against the greenskins. He didn't enjoy using the blade. A halberd was his weapon, the one he'd been trained to use since he was a boy. The sword was for noblemen and princes. It cut through greenskin flesh all the same, though, and the blades working in tandem on either side of him gave him some protection. "No mercy, lads," he roared. "No respite. Keep at them." They were holding their own. They were maintaining their formation, but it couldn't last forever. This warband was far bigger than the ones they'd been pursued by over the past few days. Either he was right, and a relieving army was fighting on its western flank, or he'd made a terrible mistake. From the heart of the greenskin mass, a series of roars rose into the air. They were gearing themselves up for a final push. Something had got them angry. Block hoped to Sigmar that was what he thought it was. But then his vision was blocked by yet another greenskin warrior, tusks lowered and eyes raging. They weren't giving up. They'd keep fighting until the last one of them fell to the ground. Block respected that. He felt the same way. With a feral look in his eyes, he raised his sword and got stuck in. Euler's band had returned from the old city, going quickly through the back streets. They'd reached the bridges over the Ever at last. Verstholen had kept tight-lipped since leaving the townhouse, letting Grosslick's captain make the decisions. He was eager to find the core of the fighting. That was as it should be, but still not reassuring. Chaos was always stronger than it appeared. Weakness was always fleeting. Even as Grosslick's men drove the traitors from the old city onto the western bank, his mind was on quiet, far too easy. Captain Euler brought the warband to a halt. The men looked like they needed a break. Though late in the afternoon, the sun was still strong. Truly, Verstholen had never known a summer like it. The whole province was baking. "This is the place?" asked Verstholen. "It is, and the hour? He should be here soon." Verstholen looked around. They were on a wide boulevard that ran along the eastern bank of the river. The street was cobbled, and warehouses rose up behind it. The smell of water was rank. Under the blistering sun, the water looked green and sticky, with no wind to drive the smells away. The air was heavy with stench of gutted fish and refuse. The boats were moored nearby, sat low in the water, their sails and ropes slack. Alright, son of a bitch, we went through that end turn a lot quicker than I realized. I think I accidentally turned down the volume, which is why I didn't hear the end turn finish off there. Anyway, sorry about that, guys. Yeah, we'll get rid of these idiots.
Here to serve.
What are we doing for time, actually? Alright, we're right at the hour mark, so what I think we'll do... Captain Block. What do we want to give you? Guess training? I don't know. I mean, I don't think we're going to be using any of these attributes, and once you got a bunch of troops under your command. Let's get over here. We might actually have to fight this manually. Because, yeah, we'll fight this just so that we don't get anybody killed here. And then we can fall back to the settlement. Ah, bloody hell, we're fighting on this map again. Yeah. Yeah, I think we've pretty much got to set up over here. Not a great map for artillery, that's for sure. It'd be really hard for them to get to their our artillery. Set up, no, can't set up there. Right, that looks okay, I guess. Guys, set up right there. Those swords. Put the swords there and we'll get them out front.
Missiles at the ready! Swordsman! Sigmar commands! Great cannon! Swordsman! Moving now! To battle!
Forgot to got to move you guys. They moving? Yeah, they're moving. Yeah, I don't know what kind of
Artillery!
shots we're gonna be able to get with our artillery here.
Moving! Crossbowmen! Ready for
Really don't want to fight in the
war!
trees here, but I don't think we have much of a choice.
For the Warhammer!
Let's
Yes, sir,
back
quickly.
here.
The Empire endures!
Stretch the line out a little bit more. Maybe I should have just auto-resolved this battle.
For the twin-tailed comet!
I am not a huge fan of this map. My God, clusterfuck. Getting some hits with the artillery here.
The Empire endures!
There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Let's see if we can try and pick him off with the cannons.
Listen up!
What's this guy?
With haste, in the name of Sigmar! We are ready!
One hit him. That'd be great.
By Ulrich's wrath! Steady, men! Pray for glory! Ready to serve! At once! By the twin-tailed comet! Sigmar is with me! Missiles at the ready! Sigmar!
So we can chase them off.
For Heldenhammer! Swordsman! Attack!
So we can flank them.
Crossbowmen!
They're mostly breaking now.
Swordsman! Prepare for combat! Great cannon! Cannons!
Should have left the marauders. Shouldn't have chased them off and let the crossbows deal with the marauders, but anyway.
For the Empire!
The Empire endures!
So I should have you guys come back this way.
The Empire
These
endures!
guys are coming back.
To battle!
Maybe not.
Take the
Shit.
ground! Take position!
I need to get you out of there.
For the Emperor! For the Warhammer!
This is exactly why I don't like fighting in the woods.
Missiles at the ready! No lingering! Obey! They are too powerful!
Ready for war! Very well! We serve the Emperor! Get them!
Let's see what the fuck is going on.
Pick them up!
Even with the reduced foliage, it still makes it tough.
Awaiting orders! Ivorina, listen! For France!
I just keep coming back.
Be gone, creatures! Death to the elite! War!
We're gonna end up getting friendly fire here. I've lost track of half the army.
Faith in the
You
coming!
guys don't all need to chase them off.
No lingering!
Hopefully you come back this way.
The Empire endures! Get them!
Missiles
Let's
ready!
finish him off. Actually, those marauder horsemen.
Swordsmen! Ready for war! Sir! Swordsmen! At speed! Great Ulrich! Swordsmen! Get them!
You guys come over here. Help out with this. Just their general, really, that we need to take on. Ooh, son of a bitch! Holy smokes!
By the comet! Look at
That was pretty fucking violent. Fucking decapitated. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Guys,
Command artillery!
fucking stop shooting, please. Causing a lot of friendly fire. Yeah. Yeah, that was a little bit rougher than it probably needed to be.
I think not.
Wondering if we're gonna be safe to auto-resolve this, or we'll have to fight it manually. Should be okay. There we go. Good. Alright, cool. I think that's gonna do it for today. We're a little bit over an hour. I think we'll try and force march to here. Yeah, we should be able to get there, so we'll be able to get a little bit of replenishment. And then we'll provide a little bit of a bonus to the public order, and then we'll make our way back to here, and then we'll start coming back into this area to deal with the rebellion at the Hell Pit first. Clear that up, try and get the defenses built here before the next rebellion shows up. But yeah, just a little bit of public order management. At least it gives us something to do in the meantime while we prepare for, I guess, the war with the wood elves now rather than the dwarves. So I'm just trying to make friends with the dwarves. Trying to get these armies filled out. And yeah, build some infrastructure in the meantime. Thanks once again for stopping by, guys. Thanks for watching. Part number 38 or 138, depends on how you're counting, will be next. Have a great day. Ragnarok out.